Hey guys, welcome back. Today we're going to be solving LeetCode 389, find the difference. Feel free to pause the video just to read through what the problem is asking for, but I find the examples more descriptive. So given two strings, S and T, okay, S is just a bunch of strings, characters in a string, and T is the same characters of S, however they could be mixed up, and there's always one additional character added to it. In this case is E. So we want to output that additional character, if that makes sense. Okay, again, you're going to be given two strings, S and T. T is always going to have one additional character added to it. We have to find out what that character is. Okay, so I'm thinking some kind of hash map to keep track of whatever is going on. So I'm going to call it memo, create a hash map called memo. Now I'm going to iterate through S and T. Okay, so for character in, and again I'm gonna do this one, I'm gonna S plus T. This way I iterate through both of them with one for loop. Okay, because if you use the plus sign for strings, it just concatenates those strings. So iterating through both of them, I'm gonna say if that character we're on is in our dictionary, if that character is in our dictionary memo, if it's in there, what do we want to do? We want to increase him, we want to increment his value. Okay, memo of character of that character plus equals 1. If he's in there, we want to increment him. Else, meaning he's not in there, we want to add him in there and set him to a value of 1. Okay, so now we're checking the character. Okay, so once we're done with S and T, what do we want to do? Now we want to iterate through our dictionary. So I'm just going to say for item in memo. Okay, I'm iterating through every item in our dictionary memo. And what do I want to do? I want to say if that item, the specific item, obviously dictionary has key value pairs, but if the value of that item, of the key item, okay, if he shows up an odd number of times, okay, so meaning if we modular him, if that item, the value modulus 2, if there's an odd count of him in the dictionary, obviously that's the one extra item that is added because he has an odd count, so we just return that item. Simple. And it's guaranteed there's always going to be an item to meet this criteria, so we don't have to do an else check. We don't have to do a check for, hey, what if should we return false if there's nothing in there? It's guaranteed we're always going to have one character extra. So let's go ahead and run this. Okay, accept it. Let's go ahead and submit it. Boom, 83 62, perfect. As always, let's take it one step further. Again, this is the same code, again same example from LeetCode. I just created a driver code to call this function. So let's go ahead and call it and see what's actually going on. So okay, we declare our function in global scope, we call our function in the function scope. Okay, so now we pass in S and T to our functions, and we also create our empty dictionary memo right here. Okay, so let's keep going. Now we're on the first character because we're going through S and T. So we're on A right now, the first A in S, okay? Because we're going to S plus T. Is A in memo? Obviously not, so we're going to add A to memo. So with a value of 1, okay? A is now in memo, he appears one time. So now we're on the next character, B. Is B in memo? Obviously no, we're going to add him B1. Now C. Is C in memo? We're going to add him C1, okay? And then we're going to go to D next. Is D in memo? No, we're going to add him good. So now we're on T because we're done with S. So we're going to go back to A because we're iterating S plus T. Is A in memo? Yeah. We're going to increment him by 1 because that's what this else statement says. This if statement, if he's in there, increment him by 1. So he's going to have a value of 2. The same for B, same for C, same for D. So now E is the last character we're on now. Is he in memo? No. We're going to add him. So now E has a value of 1. So next we're going to iterate through our memo dictionary and say, hey, anyone who has an odd count, if his value modulus 2 equals 1, that's the value, that's the item we're looking for. So we go through A first. A has an even count, B has even, C, D, but E is the culprit. So we return E, and that's it for the video. I hope it was helpful. I'll see you in the next one.